Hi Pisces, this is Star with Ariana Stark with your monthly forecast for June 2024. I will use oracle cards as well as the ideal tarot to understand what's in store for you. Do keep in mind that these are going to be random messages, Pisces. The overall energy this month is the Wheel of Fortune. I think it is going to be a month which is going to be marked by dramatic changes in your schedule. You should also maintain your composure and prioritize, even focus to avoid mistakes. I think material gains are also something which I'm picking up right now. Maybe word of mouth will also work to your advantage. It is going to be a profitable month. I think spirituality is also going to interest many Pisces this month. The final days of May stepping into June, I do have the Ace of Swords. In those final days, it was your quick thinking which allowed you to make headway. Your quick decisions did help you make gains. Maybe deals were also finalized very quickly and you were paid pronto. You also needed to keep a cool head. Maybe annoyance could have also affected your health. Some of you may have also desired financial independence at this time. Maybe you were also forced to communicate with someone, and this could have also benefited you or even your family members. Obstacles to overcome this month, I do have the Hierophant. Now, life-changing experiences are in store for you. Maybe you also understand that the difficulties that you're encountering in your life are all spiritual problems. You're gaining the insight. You're also someone who needs to research, like I said, on spirituality or with respect to religion. Maybe you're also having discourses with those who are spiritual. This insight is definitely going to help you heal. Many of you could also understand that past life issues are there, so that is why you need closure, or you're also going to have vivid dreams. You're going to be a bit irritated on account of hard work which is in store for you. Maybe people in authority could also need to be tapped for favors. Possibly you also need to cover up on your sleep. Influences working in your favor is the Page of Cups. Oftentimes, Pisces, this month you will want to be all by yourself. I think your family could even question your contribution towards the family. Maybe you also need to enumerate this same in personal relationships or even with respect to work. Maybe you shouldn't try to be very hasty. Sometimes in our quest to help someone, it could also backfire because this person could turn out to be a competitor. So weigh your words very carefully before you speak. Other than that, I also think that you should refrain from getting into unnecessary arguments or discussions. You may also have to be the caregiver. Incidentally, this month, I'm also picking up that estranged people could also try to re-enter your life. Work-wise, I think you also need to be on your toes because your schedule could be disrupted. This could be on account of your superior who is very whimsical. You do want an increase in pay. Maybe you're also bored with the job. You do want to switch to another line of work. You have to adjust to what your boss wants if you don't want yourself to be isolated. The first 10 days of June, I do have the Queen of Wands. You're going to be at your creative best. You will complete a lot of tasks. Even if there are roadblocks and interruptions, I think everything will fall in place. Maybe some people could let you down, but then you need to tap into your contacts. You also need to seek divine intervention. Maybe Pisces, you also need to review the tasks that you have done to remove errors, or you could also be overseeing the work done by a junior. Opportunities will also come your way on account of the goodwill that you have earned in the past. Incidentally, in personal relationships, like I said, your family could question. So maybe they also think that you're a bit self-centered at this time. Maybe you will give them the silent treatment. At times, you're in a mood to retaliate. But then there are those moments when you want to just keep to yourself and retreat. Maybe not saying enough is also a very strong message that you're putting out. The next 10 days, that is 11th to 20th June, I do have the Queen of Pentacles. I think you're going to make gains. But again, you also need to be careful because females are definitely going to stir up trouble in your life. You have to assert yourself. You have to put people in their place rather than let people take you for granted. I think you're also going to be challenged technically. Stay motivated. Financial transactions, banking work will also take up your time. Maybe Pisces, you also need to look at the bigger picture. You need to be careful because maybe the boss has a reason to sideline you. So be mindful of that. Don't give anybody any reason to do that. I do have the card Muse, so maybe you need to also focus on some creative aspects of yours. Maybe you also need to focus on a creative hobby. Maybe this could also allow you to de-stress. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 30th June, I do have the Five of Cups. Now this lady seems to be in mourning. She seems to be going through a period of loss. Maybe you need to clarify before you can say something. Maybe you are somebody who is going to raise your voice, but then you will realize that it amounts to nothing. I think you should accept the plans the universe has for you rather than be emotional, rather than overreact. This month I did outline that there are going to be people who will let you down, so there could be mistrust in a relationship. Professionally also you need to focus as you could be quite distracted. Your boss is also someone who is going to bully you. Maybe he expects you to do tasks right away, but then there are certain colleagues who will rally around you. Perhaps that is why we have this card, the weakest link. Maybe people take undue advantage of your goodness. This pencil in this card has snapped, so you need to embolden yourself mentally. You need to be strong. People attract our weak points, or rivals will attack your weak points, and they want you to crumble under pressure, but you have to find that inner strength to get out of that situation. You're also going to be in an investigative mood. I also have this card, Heart's Desires. The angels are supporting, guiding and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. You need to focus on your creative talents, and you need to focus on what your heart truly desires. A decision needs to be made about what you desire from yourself. Maybe once you clearly understand what is it that you desire, doors of opportunity will easily open for you. With respect to your love life, I do have this card about your past. Don't know, don't care. I think you're dealing with someone who is very mature. Maybe this person doesn't want to discuss the past. This is going to be done and dusted. He wants to put that timepiece in the sand. It should be buried because that part of your life is over. He doesn't want to turn the clock. Again, with that Queen of Wands, you're definitely coming across as someone who is very attractive and seductive to the opposite sex. Maybe you also need to be careful because unwanted attention could be there. Even married members of the opposite sex could be going weak in the knees in your presence. Some of you fancy someone. Maybe you're going to want to reach out to this person, but your family members or your acquaintance or your confidant could ask you not to be too explicit. Maybe that is why you feel you're in mourning or you're feeling the loss. I think your heart does desire a union with this person. Marriage is definitely on your mind with that Hierophant. Maybe some of you also need to be careful because this is the month when your secret love life could also come out in the open. Someone could definitely let the cat out of the bag, and you do have revenge on your mind. Whatever it may be, your person does fancy you. Your person does see you as someone who is exuding authority, who is in control. Try to keep the conversation going. Maybe you should also avoid saying something unpalatable to your person. The last card in this reading is grief work. I think Pisces, your emotions will fluctuate. Maybe you also need to understand that even if you are going through those periods of low, you need to let the healing process take over. Your heart does need healing to overcome one or more losses. This grief work is necessary because you can move onward with your life. Besides, if you don't heal from it, it will create unnecessary blockages. It will create a lot of distress within you. It could also lead to trauma. Maybe you should accept these changes. Some of you could also comfort a grief-stricken friend this month. Maybe with that card, Muse, this is also an outlet, or it is going to be very therapeutic if you focus on your artistic abilities this month. If your relationship is also not working, or your marriage is also giving you a lot of grief, then you should pinpoint what is it exactly that you want from your relationship. I hope Pisces you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye till the next time.